Hello friends, welcome back to another video from the hotel studio. The Hoodio? The Stotel? I don't know. It needs work, it's not perfect. Listen, today I wanted to come to you with something that I've been daydreaming about, honestly, since I talked about it with Manu on the last episode of the podcast. I think the clip came out yesterday, the video might have come out yesterday about it. We talked about Monkey League, okay? Monkey League, and I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot in the context of the ideas around pro cubing that Dylan has talked about, that Manu has talked about, that Matt Mayernick has talked about, that I've talked about. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and it's not that I'm worried, but I'm wondering, did we miss a huge opportunity? Did we miss something massive? And I guess more optimistically, can we do it again? Slightly differently, with money in mind, okay? With money and sponsorships and pro cubing, cubers getting paid cash in mind, you know? So, I'm gonna put some ideas forward to you, see what you think. Hit me up in the comments, let me know if I'm out of my depth, if I'm out of my mind, if this is a possibility, if it's not a possibility. This, I want to be clear, is no shade on Philip and Monkey League. Monkey League was incredible. All right? It was so good. And I love the work that he put in. I appreciate the fact that he may have moved on from that project now. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Love it. Philip, if you're watching this by some coincidence, do let me know. Let me know if you're planning to come back with Monkey League, because I would be so hype about that. That would be so exciting. But I'm not asking you to do it again. I want to be clear about that, okay? If it's done, it's done. That's cool. Listen, maybe what it is that I'm asking is that somebody start something, okay? Like Monkey League. Because I think Monkey League was perfect for its time. It was great. But I think I would love to see something similar. And I'll tell you why, okay? I've approached this in a way where I've suggested that what we need to get sponsors outside of cubing companies and cubing stores, which I've been yapping about for ages, I feel like what we need for that is we need something to sell. We need something to sell, and unfortunately, I don't think that necessarily WCA competitions are good enough to sell. They're great as competitions. They run well, they're amazing. We all get to compete and have a nice time in a WCA comp. That's fantastic. Don't change that. I'm not suggesting we should, okay? But what I think we need is something that is designed from the ground up with great broadcast outcomes. What the hell does that mean, Mike? Great broadcast outcomes means shareable video, shareable clips, and epic head-to-head moments, exciting battles between cubers, okay? So essentially, I want to productize and I want to gamify the viewing experience of cubing. I hope that makes sense. I'll explain it some more, okay? And this part, I suppose, is up for debate. But essentially, what I would love to see is Monkey League. I can't remember if Monkey League had the dual elimination bracket shape with the possibility of the losers bracket, like Timon's story at SSL when he was knocked out in his first match and then he fought all the way back through the losers bracket. I love that shape. I'm totally sold on that. Dylan's sold me hard on that. Manu has sold me hard on that. Matt Mayernick has sold me hard on that as well. Okay, I'm in for that. That's cool. But I think we need that shape. I think we need prizes, and not just a prize for the winner, not just a prize for the podium. I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. I would love to see something like, well, first of all, it needs to be singles based, okay? This isn't about average of 5. I've got a video coming out later this week trashing on the idea of average of 5. Just because I'm like, well, where did that come from? And why do we have it? And why do we accept it? And why is it all we've got? I don't think that's sellable. That's just my opinion. Fight me in the comments. I think we need singles, best of 5, X rounds. In fact, the Monkey League format for that part might totally work. That might be absolutely fine. But I would love to see cash, okay? I'd love to see cash prizes put up. That would be amazing. Doesn't have to be huge to start with. I want pro cubers to get paid for performing well. And I feel like we should incentivize the viewing experience as well. So, for example, fastest single, that gets a prize. What else? Things like I suppose you could incentivize the fastest mean, you know, like fastest mean in the match gets a prize, fastest single gets a prize. What about a clean sweep prize? Like say it's best of 5 and somebody wins in straight sets. Set. 3 sets, done, game over. Clean sweep, that could be something that's incentivized as well. I feel like that might be quite an exciting thing to watch, and I think that might be crucially for the angle I'm kind of coming at, the angle that I'm coming at this from. That might be something that is a format which is really sellable, okay? I'm using big, gross capitalistic words here. I'm using big, gross sales words here, okay? But I feel like that's potentially something that we could take to a non-cubing company with cash to get some backing to do this bigger. So I feel like what this looks like over time is maybe we get it up and running somehow, create proof of performance, we do the thing, we create the broadcast outcomes from it, we share them, we get the numbers behind it, we finish a season, we get all that data, those numbers, those views, all that kind of stuff, and we package that up. And we use that to go out to non-cubing sponsors. People like, I don't know, we were watching Cornhole the other day on the stream, weren't we? And that had Coca-Cola as a sponsor. I don't know, Coca-Cola? Maybe one of the sort of, like Gamer Sups or, what's the other one? G Fuel? Something like that. Ideally one of the ones that doesn't only do caffeinated stuff. Maybe even... My gosh, this is just coming to me now, right? What if this is the olive branch that we use to go back out to Rubik's and Red Bull, you know? I mean, I you know, people are going to be in the comments saying, well, you know, Prime's already in cubing. Why don't we go to Prime? And actually, I can't argue with that because they're already in it with Max. I don't think Max, did Max do Monkey League? I can't remember. Would be amazing if we could get Max in it for the first season, because that's a big sell, because everyone knows who Max Park is. You don't have to be a cuber to know who Max Park is. So finally, I suppose, well, I'm talking a big game here. I'm talking a big game about this thing, and I'm kind of making it clear that I'm not probably the person to do it, but maybe I'm the person to sell it. Like maybe I'm the person who takes it to potential sponsors and does that kind of gross salesman stuff, you know, like I've done a bit of that. Maybe that's my role in this, I don't know, but I would love to hear if you think I'm off my chops and daydreaming, or if you think that might be the answer to how we break out into non-cubing sponsors. I know they've existed before to some extent in some things, all right? But what I want to see is cubing on TV. I want to see, or cubing I can watch, broadcast cubing that I can watch that excites people who aren't necessarily cubers yet, that you can share clips of with your mum. Again, like I keep yapping on about it, but again, like the Weir video, the two brothers coming head to head in Red Bull, all right? That's where I am, everyone. That's what I've been daydreaming about. If anyone from the King's Trust is watching, I wasn't daydreaming today and I was absolutely focused on the task at hand. But hey, for all the rest of you, that's what I was daydreaming about today, okay? So let me know in the comments, tell me your thoughts. I'm keen as to know. Maybe we're on to something, maybe I'm dreaming. Who knows? Anyway, bye.